Hey, hello, hello. I am the macro panda, and this is micro panda. Hello, hello. Sorry, my face is upside down. Yes, I'm very strange. I know, guys. I'm just missing our mascot, the real panda. If anyone's found him, please report to the kiosk at the mall and turn him in. No, seriously, Panda's back in Budapest. He's trapped there, but he's being loved by our family. But we need him. We miss him for the stream here. Anyway, guys, we're getting started. It's going to be a Blitz arena today. It's 5+2 casual. The last time I checked, 5+2 casual. We're starting in like 15 minutes. Already at the age of 15 years, and I'm paraphrasing, he was a grandmaster, a record at that time, and his battle to reach the top was the background for all major chess events of the 1960s. All major chess events of the 1960s. 60s. Parenthesis S. Yes, Tim Harding. I think somebody misquoted Tim. He wrote a lot of books for Batsford, but I think it has to be 1960s. Of the 1960? No. All right. The mustache is getting a little out of control here. We might have to do something. When your mustache dips into your coffee, that's getting a little out of control. Anyway, I feel like a walrus or something with this goatee and mustache. I don't know how long I can deal with it. All right, guys, we are going to be starting, as I said, in 15 minutes. Thank you, Asterbay, for the donation today. We've got a 200-bit donation from Asterbay, making him the bit leader once again. Making Asterbay great again with 221 bits. At least we can laugh about the situation. I had a really bad weekend. I was pretty depressed, but Monday and Tuesday have been good. Now, it depends if the glass is half full or half empty, right? The thing is, like, the older I get, I used to think, oh, it's great when things are going great. But, like, the longer things go well, you're kind of like, when is the next horrible thing going to happen, you know? But anyways, welcome to the stream. And that's a positive comment. Things are going well for 2 days, at least. So, we're going to be playing 5+2. Let's get some viewers out there and subscribers in subscriber land entering this tournament. Here is the link. Are we live? Is everything cool? No World Championship today. There's no excuse for people not to watch the stream, okay? There's probably other chess streamers. They all suck. I'm not only pretty good, but I'm funny, and I'm handsome, and of course, we have pandas. We have a great sense of humor. I don't know, what else, you know? We're egotistical. What else can you ask for in a chess streamer? No, seriously, just try to be what I am and make it interesting and try to be instructive. And that's really, in all honesty, what I strive for on the stream here, to make it instructive for players of all levels. You know, everybody from absolute beginners up until master strength. Hopefully we have, something that can appeal to everyone. So Alex CL, Infinite Flash Chess. There are 2 Sparkle Horse Arenas. What? Oh man, what's up with the other Sparkle Horse Arena? It should have not... How can I delete the other one? How can there be 2 Sparkle Horse Arenas at the same time? Seriously? Can somebody give me the link to the other Sparkle Horse Arena? But I don't know if we can delete it. Like, once people are in it, like, how do you delete it? How can you have 2 I Am Sparkle Horse Arenas, by the way? I made one by accident that started at the wrong time. Did people already start playing in that? That would be a nightmare. It would be starting, like, right about now. No? I didn't think it was even possible to have 2. You can't delete it, so don't get in the wrong one. Nobody's trolling. I tried to set it up, and I started an arena 15 minutes earlier, I think, by accident. So the first time I did it, it disappeared. I think I tried to do it a second time. I made a mistake again. If you guys are in that, just leave it. Just let it die. Let the other Sparkle Horse Arena die. We're just gonna focus on this one. I'm really sorry if that happened. I had no idea it was still alive. It's like taking on a life of its own, like Frankenstein. MB for the spam. Nobody's trolling. You just can't delete it. Once people got in there, like if it was just me in there, I could still delete it. It would disappear. But it has to be like the last player has to drop out. As long as there's players, I think it just stays. But there's no way to distinguish between them or what? They the same name just at different times. This is the real one. Here's the link. Just enter the real one. Yeah, guys. Sparkle Horse, Jacob Surratt. I take back. Jacob is, his name is about as hard to pronounce as mine. People have no clue. Pascal. Move 11. That's what Emery Tate called me. Pascal. Move 11. Infinite Flash. Artie Fufkin. Acerbate. Try to go to the other one. We'll try to do the other one. You know those people who always call you by your last name? There's always the kids in school who do that, and then some people, like teachers and stuff, they have to call you by your last name. Emery was like that. Alright, so we've got Sparkle Horse, Jacob, I take back, Move 11. Move 11, good to see you. Infinite Flash, it's good to see all you guys, but Move 11 doesn't usually play the Blitz, so it's good to see him willing to play 5+2. He normally does like Rapid. You could be top 3 in the other one. Go for it, Acerbate. Play both. You know, be like Sunil Weramantry and play like multiple events at the same time. Hikaru's stepfather used to do that at like the World Open. He would play in like the World Open and play some action quad at the same time. So he'd be like running back and forth from one room to the other. I mean, I've seen poker players do this in tournaments, and I've seen. Well, I know there's one story of the Romanian Grandmaster Mihai Suba doing this. In like a tournament, in serious tournaments, he actually did it once where he played in 2 events at the same time. He talks about it in his book, Dynamic Chess Strategy. Okay, 9 players, guys. What's up? Everyone pronounce your name just like mine. Like, I don't even attempt to pronounce it correctly anymore. I just let them say whatever they want. I don't even know the correct pronunciation of my name anymore. I'm not even sure, you know. It's Latin. It means Easter. Whatever. The spelling is irrelevant. You get the point. So, we've got 9 players. Let's get some more. We're going to start in 10 minutes. You can play in both. That's the cool thing about arenas, right? Unlimited arenas. Can you play in? You should be able to play in both, right? I'm not sure now. Maybe you can play in both. I never actually tried that. You can have more than one game going at the same time. Can you play in both? I'm saying like you can. Alex CL says played Voya today. I'm getting closer to beating him. I've never played the guy. It seems like, well, I'm glad I can help you, Alex. From what I've seen of him, he's a good player, but he has kind of a dry style. I mean, maybe some people think that about me, but they'd be wrong. I'm universal. I've got more than one style. I don't always use those styles. I used to play a lot more wildly. Someone stronger than me needs to join, so I don't have to face me the first day. The first day! And I agree. Let's get some more strong players. We haven't had a lot of high-rated players lately. A lot of masters. They're all scared to play in my arena. I don't know if Spinal Tap Chess ever played. He's never awake during human hours anyway. He's like zombie. Can give a simul while playing in several tournaments. Yeah. Dim donated 100 bits, and now Acerbate is demoted. Acerbate was looking for a bit war earlier, in case you're wondering, Dim. And Clash Kid's not even here yet. I don't know if Clash Kid's going to make it, because it's kind of late in Europe, and he's in Austria. So it's 10:30 in Austria. He's not big for the later streams. That's why I like to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams for the European guys, so that it's not so terribly late. Chessphone27 says zombie eats brains. Zombies eat brains. And we need Merle Dixon, our resident zombie. Zen and Blue Eyes help. Yeah, those guys. But who was the master that used to play in my? Who was the national master that used to play in my arena sometimes? I'm really getting dementia. I cannot recall things. You guys remember which national master used to play in my arena sometimes? He had an animal name, didn't he? Oh man, I don't know. Not Resignanian. Resignanian played once or twice, but he wasn't a regular. The guy from Pennsylvania. I think he's from Pennsylvania, from Philadelphia. Me on Twitch says me. But I've got dementia. I can't remember stuff, and it's ridiculous. Anyway, it's just like one of those things on the tip of your head. Not Mysterious Expert. He's a solid player. Pretty good. Sanchez played once. No, this guy's played several times, and he's kind of hung out on my stream a few times. But I just cannot remember. I feel so bad. I'm terrible with names. You say that to the girl you met. I can't remember her name. That's embarrassing. Alright, 6 minutes till the tournament starts before I get myself in any more trouble. Anyway, I've got my beer ready, my coffee. But that bothers you, when you can't recall something, and then you're like frustrated. It's even worse now. Not Llama Lord. I don't know if no. He's like 2300. He's a real national master. Is Llama Lord a national master? I'm not sure, but this guy is pretty good actually. It doesn't matter, guys. We'll figure it out. He hasn't been around for a while in my stream. I don't know. I'm not sure who it is. I think I know who it is, but they never confirmed it. It's a national master from Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and I had a suspicion as to who it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. Anyways, we're started here in 5 minutes. We need some more high-rated players. Hopefully they'll pop up when the tournament starts. Yeah, I mean, if you just go into the lobby of a tournament like this, you're automatically put in the list, I guess. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm lying again. Soltigo would remember. Absolutely. Oh, man, it's just killing me, Just killing me. So today, there's no excuses. I had a good couple days. I feel good. I had some warm-up games an hour ago, which is cool because I almost never have time to play warm-up games before this starts. So Soltigo's the solution to the world's problems. Well, he wouldn't hurt, probably. Jeroen KK is here. That's good to see if Jeroen can play. Haven't seen him in a while. Tomorrow, and thanks to you guys for subscribing, all of you. Tomorrow we're gonna do Wednesday. We're going to play on Wednesday, 4:30 in the afternoon. My name is David Norwood, and we're going to learn how to play the modern defense today. No, we only play G3 and G6 every single game with white and black. That's the first secret to chess. No, I lose my English accent after a while when I just aren't really paying careful enough attention. I'm terrible. I tried it. I can't do it. Anyways, yeah. So Wednesday is Weird Wednesday. Doing unusual openings, Blitz, and Rapid on Wednesday. Tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Be here. Hosni, good luck too. Whoa, Hosni, we got a 2182. He heard you. Can someone else higher rated join? So Hosni, Hosni, don't tell me you're a new account. 75 games. Thanks, JCS. Now we got this Spectre here, Hosni. John Paul Wallace would be an awesome streamer. Well, don't give him any ideas. Yeah, I like John's. I like John's. We don't need any more competition. No, I like John's accent. He did some videos for. I actually got him involved with ChessLecture.com years ago. But I don't know how active he is. I don't even know where he is. If he's Australian, but he lived in the UK. No clue. He's probably teaching chess. David Norwood is I don't know. Yeah, I think Percy's right. It was pretty much like Dick Van Dyke. I'm the Dick Van Dyke. doing Roger Moore level. David Norwood, I don't know where he's from. He's not even active in chess. I think he works in like the financial industry or something. But it just was just a random British grandmaster. I just made up the first name that I could think of. So regions, as far as regions in the British Isles or United Kingdom, I don't have a clue how different accents are. There's 2 Sparkle Horse tournaments. I know Mule Skinner. I'm sorry about that. It's a disaster. I created a ghost tournament that I thought died, but it came back from the dead, and it's like still living somewhere. And whoever's there is gonna just keep it going. It's kind of funny in a way. I'm gonna get take back in game 1. Well, you never know who's gonna step down, or step out for a game. I could secretly not play the first game. Is there a way to check if someone has any norms? Absolutely not. Move 11. We wouldn't want any kind of transparency in anything that FIDE does. No. Yeah, maybe actually you could, but not officially. Like, you can look. Actually, I don't know. Man. If they claim they have norms, you could probably find a tournament. You could probably find a specific tournament if there's a claim of a norm or something like that. There's no list like who has how many norms and stuff like that. But you could probably find any kind of specific tournament if you wanted to. That's a different story, hopefully. Entangled tournaments. Mule Skinner, thanks for finding the real one. What's with your rating? Holmes? 17-15. Mule Skinner, that's just outright sandbagging. Got another strong player on. I'm gonna say Anyo Sendre. It could be Hungarian. I don't know. It almost sounds like Hispanic though. Endre is like a typical Hungarian name. Could be like Anyo Sendre. I'm playing Hosni. I don't know anything. This guy is pretty high rated. He's like 2182. Just a brand new account. Whenever I face someone with a new account, my assumption is that it's someone I've played before, who has played in my tournaments before, and they just created a Smurf account. So I don't like it because it feels like, they have more information than me. It's not a really pleasant feeling when you play someone and they know who you are, but you don't know who they are. I don't really like that. I like to see more transparency. And also there have been, not to make any accusations against random people, but there have been a number of people who've kind of trolled my tournaments and stuff, which isn't good. So this is a game I had this year, believe it or not, with the white pieces against an FM from Slovenia. We played a quick draw back in October, the very beginning of October. I think it was this position. Now, if I castle bishop takes f3, that's probably okay. Queen b3 to d3? Say what? What is queen b3 to d3? If I lose this game, I'm going to make the new minimum requirement to join my tournament 76 games. There's something weird about this position. The fact that black hasn't played knight f6 and I haven't castled is unusual. I'm supposed to castle knight f6, and then this is supposed to happen. Queen b3 to d3 is interesting though. I mean, it's like a main line. If you play d4, it's possible too. But it's not really a Reti anymore. You're really playing like kind of, I think, an inferior Catalan where basically Yeah, this is an issue. I mean, the fact that I haven't castled here, I think we have to play specifically this move. Because I haven't castled, I can't connect my rooks very quickly. And we're on this, so there's some strange and specific tactics here. Now, castles would transpose, and I think that's fine. Alright. There's a lot of questions about whether to put the queen on c3, c2, or a3. Oleg Romanishin is kind of the expert with this position. He says the Russians will bring special players. And I ask him about if I could win a drinking tournament. He's like, no, your chances are better in the chess tournament. Because in drinking tournament, they will bring special players. I didn't know what exactly that meant, but it was kind of disturbing. Okay, so the greed variation. We could take, and his knight just trapped. Mr. Knight. The greedy variation. So, I don't know. Is this my best? It's also possible to sack the pawn in different ways. I'm not even sure if this honestly works. Now that I think about it. I'm not a computer, so... That's totally unexpected. I was terrified of bishop takes f3 and not getting my piece that I need to get. Like, why would he not just take his time and try to find another solution there? He believes in fast play. And fast cars. Okay, so rook takes, pawn takes. So there's a couple ways we could do this. Rook takes, or we can play knight takes d4, knight takes d3. That's the thing that's kind of weird. I'm not sure if I like knight takes d4, knight takes d3. So I'm going to play it Magnus style. Keep it safe. Let's stay safe. Pretend we're playing the World Championship. The question of the day is, where is Bob? That is a question. Alright. Yeah, this is reminding me of another one of the players that came in my tournaments. I don't remember which one it was now. He's got a new account. Let's get our rook out of capture land. I don't like it when people create new accounts, they don't tell me who they are. If you're a new player who's never played me before, that's cool. But if you're a player who has played on other accounts, like, I appreciate if you don't keep the anonymity aspect. Be honest about it. So, the e4 issue here is really irritating. I could sack a piece. Try to get 3 pawns for the piece, but it seems a little silly. Seems like I might be worse here. It doesn't seem like there's any justice if I'm worse here, but it may be the case. Certainly worse on time. He's very, very fast. Doesn't create any weaknesses. But I hope it's not that guy who dominated so many of my tournaments before. That's my big fear. He's back again. Forza, whatever his name was. He doesn't play like Forza's repertoire, though. I don't even know what Forza's repertoire was against Knight of 3 again. Turkey Farm. No, we have the turkeys, but I haven't seen them lately. They move around. The Sparkle Horse Arena is in progress. That's great. The other Sparkle Horse Arena. Sorry, guys, there's a mystery. He, like, tanks on e4. I mean, this is the entire position. The entire point of his whole position. It's very strange to sit there and think about that move. Honestly, that's very, very odd. To spend time thinking about the last move. Because that was his entire point. This is like a last second decision. Take with the rook. Over the board. Inspiration. I'm fighting for a draw based on structure here. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm worse here. Maybe I'll take a draw. I don't know. I don't know if he even saw my draw for given the amount of time that we have. Now I'll fix my pawns. I think that's more important than anything else here. I think objectively it's equal, but easier to play for black, probably. Not to say he couldn't mess up and be worse. You know, the bishop versus knight is very tricky. The turkeys are wandering around the neighborhood. There's a family of 4 turkeys that live near my house, and basically, I guess anywhere within like a 5,000 meter. I don't know what their range is. Maybe they're like electronically controlled drone turkeys. That'd be really messed up. But they stay within a certain radius. You know, I've seen them around and stuff. Now I feel like I'm okay now. I was worse, and now I don't want to say the B word, but you know, I'm not worse, at least, I think. King D5. Check him out, dude. Should I just resign now? I mean, King D5? That's a normal move to play. Right. I feel like I should just resign here. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign here. I don't want to play this guy again. Let's check the analysis board. Should I even bother? Let's not even bother. I want to check the analysis board to see if I should play him another game or not. Para Ode is here. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I do want to see that game. If Black played with like no center pawn loss, then I'm not going to play that player anymore. Let's see. He also declined a draw from a position that most people wouldn't decline a draw. I don't like this when people beat me the first game they've ever played me, play moves like king d5 that most people would be afraid to play. Let's see, is center pawn losses like 0 or something? He didn't play the stage perfectly. Here he thought for a long time on e4, which is like automatic. Oh no, he played the other engine move, a6. Now it's changing its mind though. Yeah, it reminds me of what's his name? Yeah. It basically reminds me of Forza. King d6 here. This immediately looks like raises red flags. If that's a computer move, I mean, because no human's gonna play that normally. Glideson, what's up? Yeah, this is second move suggested by the engine. Almost no human would play that move, king d6. That's very creepy. The second best move according to the engine. Walking his king out into the center of the board. I mean, king d6, really. I was waiting for c5 here. 94, is that also engine? Yeah. Yeah, this is suspicious. I'm not going to play this guy anymore. I mean, he played 23, center pawn lost with some inaccuracies, but I don't like it. It's too creepy. King d6, king d5. It's 99% of humans would be too terrified to play those moves. All right, let's play. But I don't like when people try to troll my stream with anonymous accounts. It's a fact of life. Okay, let's go back to the tournament. Probably that guy won't lose a single game. Yeah, of course, but this is kind of b5 is an engine move. Glideson. Oh, who said that take back? He played like all engine moves. King d6, b5. I mean, this is okay. Here he played 94 actually. I could have played c5 check. I don't know. I mean, I'm paranoid for a good reason, but it's not clear. There's a chance he's an engine. It's not clear. All right, let's go back to the tournament. I don't know. I can't trust people who don't have any games. They just created the account. It's like 75 games. Totally unknown. Unfortunately, I should make it like 100 games to have to play in the tournament, at least. That's what I typically do in my streams. I'll play again. Whatever. He would win every game, probably, anyway. Like a centaur using, you know, not all computer moves, but like probably many. I mean, I could beat Magnus Carlsen easily, like, just playing some computer moves in key spots. Alright, let's start. Let's start the tournament. And then I like it, like people who are like anonymous new accounts, they get like defensive when you say, oh, they might be an engine. You should have a lot of street credibility when you when you just like played your first 50 games on the site or something. All right, now I get the c3 Sicilian against Weiss Monsters after losing to the endgame pro. Let's try something different. It's surprising, like, how often people think like that you can't detect them for being computers. I had this one guy who was interested in taking lessons not that long ago, and he wanted to take lessons. He said, "Why don't you check out my games from that other chess site? You know, the chess site I hate." And well, he didn't have any chess games anywhere else, so we hadn't had any lessons yet. And I was like, all right. So they're like these like correspondence style games where the guy who's an overt beginner like was playing with unlimited time or something like that, and he basically was using an engine. Like, he played perfectly like this every single game that I saw, and I was just astounded. Like, why would you contract someone to teach you chess, right? Why would you ask me to teach you chess and then send me a bunch of, send me to a place to look at a bunch of games that you played using a computer. You know, it's astounding. I mean, it's just unbelievable what people do. You should check those games after the tourney. Losing the time instead of gaining points. Honestly, take back. It was a kind of fun killer because it was the first game, and I sort of lost my motivation from that game. But maybe we can get back in it if we start berserking. I should have berserked against Waste Monsters. You know, I got to get into to the rhythm, and then what are we doing here? Can I get away with this? It looks like a weird Caro Khan. Queen b3, take. No, I feel like I got away with something. Alessandre is a real sportsman. Well, that's good. I'm paranoid that anybody over 2100 is like cheating or something. It's ridiculous to be like that, but you know, when there's a new player who's over 2100, my first thought is, oh god, it's another engine. Maybe you wanted to teach the engine. It's like, yeah, that was ridiculous. This guy's like a total beginner, let's say 1300, 1200 or lower. You know, almost total beginner compared to my normal average students who are higher, and then like asking me to review games where he used an engine to play correspondence chess. It's like I think he doesn't realize or didn't realize that I would be able to tell. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, you don't think that I can tell after playing chess? Like, I've been playing chess online since like 1992, essentially. I mean, I know a little bit about how computers play chess. I'm not an expert in the field of computer chess, but I mean, I get a pretty good sense for it. But don't trust anybody who doesn't have an established account. That's another rule, you know. Most of you guys who have played me before have hundreds or thousands of games, you know, and they have invested their, you know, reputation in these accounts and stuff like that. And then, of course, they're not going to cheat. You know, people who have played 2,000 games on lichess, are they going to cheat? No. But people who have played like 60 games on lichess, of course, like, they don't have anything invested. They don't have a street credibility or... you know, they could just make a new account tomorrow for the next 100 games. But I don't want to make the tournament private at the same time. You know, I don't want to discourage people from watching. So, but anyway, take back. To be honest, I don't care if I win the tournament. I mean, I think it's fun for you guys, and even if I don't finish in the top, I'm competitive. I like to finish in the top 3. But even if I don't, it's totally fine. You know, I want to play my best. I want to play some good games. Waste Monsters is like not playing fast enough here. This is just slower. It's making me look like I'm the road runner. I think we can sack. Well, we're not sacking anything, right? I've played this kind of position in the c3 Sicilian with early bishop g4 lines with d5, and normally you can give up to b7. And it's not a matter of, let's say, calculation. What about bishop takes f3, bishop takes f3, knight takes d4 here? Not very good. There's like queen a4 check, and I think I can just do this intuitively without calculating. I'm not into calculating 10 move variations when I'm playing 5-minute chess. That's not my thing. I want to keep it simple and be practical. But this move, maybe I can even play like a long-term pawn sacrifice. He's not interested. He's going to be like Sergei Smagin. Play g4. I had a game with different position, but similar in nature against Smagin, where I lost with black. This is so solid for white. It's just like ridiculous. Unfortunately for me. But the time element should give me a chance. Let's try something crazy. I mean, you gotta be aggressive and take chances, right? Ananas, I'm sorry, I didn't even say hello. I was really upset about losing to a random guy in first game, and it's not a fun way to start the tournament. So, Ananas, good to see you. I was wondering where you were, and also, you know, we've got other stronger players who I haven't seen in a while. Aldisto, another who might be from your country. You know, so we were just talking before the stream about how it's actually, you know, nice to have stronger players. But players like you who we know are legit, you know, that's the thing. I don't like playing random people who create new accounts to beat me for fun, you know. Troll me, great. Waste my time, waste your time. Okay, bishop b4. I haven't found my zone here. I mean, I feel like I'm playing the Petrov now. We've got a huge time advantage. But anyway, good to have Ananas in the house. I was thinking about you the other day because it's a really strange reason. There is this like for sale sign on a house not that far away from where I live, and the name of the realtor, the woman who's like selling the property, strangely very, very close to Ananas, like something slightly different, but it reminded me of you and your account here. So you're in my thoughts. I don't know if that's good or bad. Man, Weiss Monster's just too solid. Ananas maybe in the tournament. I can't see everybody. I mean, you can't go to the whole standing. Basically here. He's not playing, or she. Bishop takes. What is this? So Weiss Monster is taking a risk here. Speaking of taking risks, taking a risk here, sacrificing a pawn. Okay. My pawns are pretty fragile. You know, a7 and d5. Now he's got multiple threats. This is not going to be easy. How do I try to hold on to this? I mean, I don't see myself winning this game. Just too hard to hold both pawns. Another draw likely. It's just a draw. Probably. Yeah, Ananas's original account, Parode, from the really old days, if anybody remembers that. Weiss Monsters wasn't contented with equalizing, like, now they want more or something. Okay. Winning the exchange. He didn't even hesitate. It was like instantly. Wow. Now I'm probably on the verge of lost. Strange not to take that pawn on d4. That is d5, but a very strong move now. Rook e1 cutting off my king just in time. So, maybe we can win on time, but this wasn't a very impressive game by me. I don't want to trade. The distinct impression that white is like playing for a win, but doing it in an awkward way truly equates to like playing for a loss. A g4. Barely finding that move in time. Now he's actually losing. To losing, he refused to draw, essentially. Strange. I mean, he was totally drawing and then winning and then drawing and then losing. The time there, a little bit hard to handle. Not very proud of my play this tournament. And I was warmed up, too. Mule Skinner's way out in front. I'm going to have to just start berserking every single game. If I'm going to have any chance here, I just have to berserk, like, all my games. It could be really ugly. Great tournament so far. Terrible tournament so far. I can't agree that it was a good game by me, Weiss Monsters. I blundered my exchange. It was alright until then. You know, I think that it was a standard position. It should have been a draw. And I was surprised when you played... I didn't understand why you would play bishop to d4 instead of taking the pawn on d5, which looks like it just draws. So you played bishop d4. That was surprising to me. It kind of messed me up because I had already just assumed the game's going to be a draw at that point. I'm not really big on berserking, but I will do it when I have to. I have to adjust because I'm used to playing the rapid games, kind of having more time to annotate the games, more time to commentate. You could have drawn a lot of ways. I mean, the question is, can you win, in that position? Well, Artie Fufkin is faster than me, apparently. Okay? I'm trying to play fast, but he's trying to play faster. Okay, what's his bullet rating? Anyway. Damn, dude. Artie Fufkin, 1400. Naturally. Because everybody's like ripping me apart here. Just move after move. I literally almost don't have a move here. He's 1400. I'm just dead. Instantly dead. Look at this. I mean, seriously? You're 1400? What is going on here? I'm just totally crushed. You played like unbelievable. Using no time. Man, okay. I'm just lost. I can resign here. This is just resignable. After 10 moves. Like, what's the deal with this? How can you be 1400 and play like that? It's wow. I don't understand. I think now I'm resigning. I don't understand how this player is 1400. What is going on here? He played like perfect moves. He's got no bullet games. I mean, dude. Now maybe he sacks his queen with like pawn takes pawn. What is going on here? Like, okay. I don't understand. Bishop g5. Why you wouldn't take this pawn here. I guess this move is also strong. I practically just can resign. The overall level of chess on lichess is up, yeah. I don't know who these players are. New account, probably. You know, they're just creating new accounts. I mean, technically, that guy... Yeah, this is, like, ridiculous. He played a perfect game. I don't know if I can survive anymore here. I berserk because I thought I had a chance because my opponent was 1400. Then he plays like a master, you know, using no time. Okay, I mean, what am I going to do, you know? If you're a master and you're 1400, I shouldn't berserk against you, but I assumed you were really 1400. If you can play this well, you shouldn't be 1400. That's all there is to it. What can I say? It's embarrassing, but I wouldn't berserk if I thought you were 2200. It's embarrassing. Años, Andre. So strong positional moves now. B4. Yeah, Artie Fufkin. I don't know what that's from. Is this something from Seinfeld? What is Artie Fufkin from? But he's playing like a master the whole game. It's like one of those games when I think I'm playing an engine in a random... when I play engines in random tournaments, and I'm just hoping that the operator can't move the piece. Some of the operators can't move the pieces fast enough. You know, so you win on time anyway. Because they're not like professional cheaters or whatever. That's how I feel in this game. Though I didn't ever notice that Artie was cheating before. You know, my only hope here is to try to take him out on time. This is Spinal Tap. Yeah, well, maybe that would be Spinal Tap. Then I would feel better about this. Wow, just like perfect. Well, he played the whole game like a master. What's going on here? Now he hangs a rook? So he played the whole game like a master, then he hung a rook when I had 30 seconds left. Well, I wouldn't call him regular. I think he's subscribed, but I never thought he was like master strength before this game. But this game felt like I was playing a master till he hung piece there on move 25. Just the speed and strength was like incredible. I'm not berserking against people who are 1400 expecting them to play like masters. What's going on? I expect 1400s to play like 1400s. You know, I wouldn't berserk if I thought he was like even 1900 or 2000 or something, but he played absolutely the whole game perfectly except for dropping a rook there. All right, I don't know. I've had a really, really strange start. We lost to a guy, which was kind of weird, and then I should have like lost or drawn against Weiss monsters, and now I was totally crushed, but somehow Artie Fufkin dropped a rook. Very strange games today so far. All right, let's try to keep berserking, I guess. He had increment and I had 3 minutes. Right. I had 3 minutes. What's that? I'm playing Hypnus, who's 1991. So If my opponent is not 1400, they're more like 1900 or 2000, I'm not going to berserk. When I'm berserking, it's like against 16, 14, 1500 who should play like that level. And if they do play fast, they should make mistakes. But the last guy was like not only playing fast, but really, really well too. Before I knew it, I had a lost position in 12 moves. And I was totally lost. Terrible tournament for me so far. It's never a good thing starting with a bad game, though. The first loss in round 1 is that guy. He played another game, apparently. We'll see. We were traumatized earlier in past months by Forza. This guy was like, he was like using engine assistance. He had several different accounts that were banned. Kept denying it and denying it and denying it. And then finally we just had to like just stop believing him. His Nunz is a real player who I know. That's cool of him to play. And it's also cool to see somebody who supports lichess, as I do. I mean, I appreciate people that support me and help to support my stream. But even better and cooler is if you can support lichess, as Hisitnuts and I do. Because this is the best chess site on the planet. It's free. You're not supporting like private millionaires when you make a donation to lichess or lichess. Okay, so Hisitnuts, solid player. He's playing the Queen's Gambit declined here. We've got a really famous variation, the Capablanca line in the Orthodox Queen's Gambit. It's very difficult. Niels, I would berserk you if I was desperate. I don't, because you're pretty fast. I don't really like berserking faster players. But if I'm desperate enough, I might. But I'm not used to playing 3-minute. I should be training 3-minute if I'm going to be berserking in 5-2, and I'm not. I wasn't ready for this. Daniel Wrench is a millionaire. Well, he will be soon with chess.com, so don't worry about it. How would you know if he's a millionaire or not? It's not much to be a millionaire. I mean, today, $1 million doesn't go very far. Millionaire isn't what it used to be, but I'd be surprised if the owners of chess.com weren't millionaires. Very much so. But Daniel Wrench isn't the guy who bought, he's not the one who was the money behind chess.com. He's just connected to the person who invested. The person who invested the money into chess.com originally probably has the largest share of it, I imagine. But he gets to be, very profitable. I have no idea, Nils. How would you have a clue how much chess.com earns? It's like, how would you possibly have a clue, dude? They have like millions of people like signing up for that site. I would imagine it earns a lot of money. Very profitable. And it probably doesn't take a lot of people to keep the site running. Saturday you played in the German Amateur Championship Group Masterclass, and I was ill, and it was late. And it was too late for a forfeit loss. That happened to me. I tell the story sometimes, Ananas, how I was ill for a game in a tournament in, this is going back a long time, back in 2003, but I became ill like right after the start of the game. It was like the worst possible scenario. I mean, if I had been ill before the game, I just would have, I would have like withdrawn from the tournament or something. Such a solid position here for black. All right. But anyway, I don't want to talk about chess.com. Why are we talking about chess.com? If you like chess.com, you shouldn't be playing here. No question. All right. So rook c8. Black is close to equalizing. try this. This is pretty passive, actually. His should have tried queen a6 there, I thought, pinning me. I shouldn't give away my plans, huh? a3, queen a6, king f1, borrowing a Capablanca Tartakover variation Queen's Gambit reversed idea. I'm just trying to stop c5. I'm totally on my heels here. I couldn't get a rhythm. I think in Blitz, this is kind of an underrated theme, but you need to find a kind of pace, a kind of rhythm, and as I said, losing the first game here, I'm always paranoid people are engines when I start playing. This is not exclusive to lichess, like any online site. I'm always paranoid that people are engines when they have very few games. So when losing the first game, I was kind of like expecting it's very likely I'm going to lose that game. Let's try this. Now he's supporting c5 actually. Already Fufkin, you played like a master until you dropped a rook. But I don't expect people who are 1400 to play that well. You know, I was totally freaked out. After the first game today, I feel like everybody's a computer. That game's still not evidence. I don't have enough evidence to prove that our first opponent was using an engine. But whenever I'm playing somebody who plays 20 cent upon loss and basically few inaccuracies, and I've never played them before, and they're kind of a new account. I mean, it's obviously it's the first thing in your mind. I mean, this move, knight f4. It's getting kind of weird now. Husidnus, we're equal on time. He decides he needs to make a decision about the pawn structure now. If he was to take, and I was to trade rooks, and then take with a rook on d4, would I have danger with the file? He played c4. Okay, this really creates an imbalance now. That's an aggressive move, you know, where he's basically playing for a win. You can't really say if people are cheats. It's so hard to say if people are cheats or not. I mean, some cheaters are so sophisticated, but I doubt we'd see them here. I don't want to accuse everybody of being cheaters. You know, it doesn't look like anyone's under accusation. My first opponent, I'm not sure about. But I still wouldn't have enough evidence to base accusations on one game. You know, you need a lot of games, a pretty large supply to make serious accusations, I think. But it doesn't take much to generate some suspicion. Good game here. I'm running low on time, and Husidnus made a very aggressive decision there. Oh man, I don't know what to do. This is awkward. Maybe c4 is just a good move. Just flat out, really good move. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Bang. Knight h5. Emery Tate would go nuts on it. This is a great move. I found it. Maybe it's not, but it's an idea. At least I found an idea. Something. If I would beat you, would accuse you as well. I don't know. We've played a lot of games, Nils. It's you know, when you play enough games with someone, you know that they're not cheating. Husidnus is a player who I know. When I establish a relationship with someone, you know, I'm gonna have a feel for that. But when I play somebody for the first time, they have less than 100 games. You know, my first thought is that they're probably a computer. Naturally. There are many good players. Kiss you, why? I think there are many good players. Well, you know, yeah, there are. Okay, Husidnus now with queen c6, queen g4. I think he had a strong move there. But now he's blundered. Sort of. Strategic blunder. I guess he's still okay. He's still okay. But I don't like his decision to. Well, he I don't like two decisions now. He sacked a pawn, lost a pawn, whatever. Yeah, he had knight f8 there. He was totally fine. And even after his decision to trade queens and worsen his pawn structure, he was still okay. Now he's down a pawn in a very tough ending, and I think that he should lose probably, though it's not easy because of the imbalance in the pawn structure. We're gonna have to play well. We're gonna have to play well, kids. Let's be very careful. Be very, very careful. He's a dangerous outside 3-on-2 majority, which I don't feel too excited about. But it's better since we're up 5-3 on the king side, essentially. He played perfectly, and then eventually when I played knight h5, he didn't find the best defense. I thought there was something there for black. I mean, he could have just played knight f6, right? That's the safest move. You know, when I go knight h5, just knight f6, and he's fine. It's like equal. The question is, can he play for more? Knight h5. I don't know what's up, Nils, with you, but it was like a great move. I had no other move basically in that position. Knight h5 like saved my life. The DJ saved my life. It was, if you look at the position and think about it for a while, you'll understand. It's going to take a little bit of thinking, but you'll see that knight h5 was like the only active move I had on the board. And I was very happy to find it. So his opponents just lost time. He played a tough game, but in time pressure, you go back to knight h5, you'll see it's very hard to find. Try to find a good move for white other than knight h5. I challenge you to that. All right. So Mule Skinner's winning with 18 points. Años. Okay, Jeroen is in third place. Jeroen is tough. He's fast and he's tricky, and he has the birds opening Dutch down pretty well. So it's hard if you don't know how to play against the birds Dutch to deal with Jeroen. If I play queen f3, he's playing knight f6 and knight e4 and stepping on my face in that position. I literally have like nothing to do. Black is just winning on the queen side with the 3-on-2 majority, and white has no play. I mean, if I let his knight go to f6 and e4, white is like, it's even worse. I'm losing on both sides of the board, in the center, on the king side, and on the queen side, where I'm already lost against black's winning queenside majority. No, I mean, I think f3 is a bad move. He's just playing knight f6, knight e4, and it's just terrible for white. It's a nightmare. It's a disaster, you know? Totally not good. So this guy is in first place, won every single game. That certainly commands a little bit of fear. You know, another player who has almost no games. I mean, we're going to give him a lot of respect. He created his account back in July. He's got a 2505 training. Okay, that's definitely suspicious. So, I don't know. He's played 24 bullet games. He's obviously human in bullet. He's 1800. That's already not a good sign. You know, I didn't look at any of this guy's games, but being 1800 in bullet and 2505 in training puzzles isn't a good advertisement for being like a legitimate player. It's actually a very bad correlation, because like even I would be like 2300 in bullet if I actually cared. If you're 2500, this isn't good, you know. Or he just cheats on his training puzzles. I don't know. But this I wouldn't think this guy is legit. There he's got blitz games, but they're probably casual. I don't know. I have no idea. Hopefully we're not being overrun by people cheating. Queen f3, knight f6, f3. That's absolutely a brilliant idea, Nils. And if I could do that, I think that would solve all of our problems. I agree. Queen f6, knight f3, and then f3. I mean, queen f3, knight f6, and then f3. You found a solution to a very complex problem. And that would work if it were legal, but unfortunately it's not. Waste monsters. What can you do, man? That's the reality of online chess. Let's just pretend that they don't cheat, okay? Let's just pretend and wipe it under the rug. We'll sweep it under the rug and let people, like random people, win the tournament. I mean, who's 1800 in bullet and has 2500 in training puzzles, okay? You think that's normal? Nils, you can't play queen f3, knight f6, and f3. You just put your queen on f3. Obviously, that would be tough. But you know, this is. I don't believe in sweeping computer cheating under the rug. I have very strong feelings about it. If you don't like that, that's your problem. I don't accept it, and I will report anybody who cheats. I will discuss it when I want to discuss it. If you don't like me discussing it, you know, that's your problem. Because it's a big problem plaguing online chess, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't happen. People who are 2,500, like this guy, 2,500 in, it's just like, you might as well just advertise a red flag that you're a computer. 2,500 in puzzles and 1,800 bullet, you know? You're 2,300 in training, 1,600 bullet. That looks pretty suspicious, dude. You know, maybe you don't cheat, but I would suspect anybody with those numbers. Maybe you do the training puzzles with an engine. It's not against the rules, probably. The training puzzles are training puzzles, but most people, you know, don't do the puzzles like using a computer or something like that. I guess it's technically not against the rules, but it's still going to make people think you're a computer or you cheat if you do that, you know. It's going to make people believe that you are a computer. And if you get people who accuse you, they're going to be doing it based on looking at that, you know. So don't be offended. I mean, that's seriously going to happen, you know, just like this guy. Technically, it's not against the rules. I don't think they should even have a training rating, to be honest. I think this is a kind of bad idea. But that's the way it looks, you know. What can you say? I can't make a judgment on someone I haven't played and has, like, almost no games on lichess. But I don't like it when I face computers, and it pisses me off, and I'm not going to, like, pretend it didn't happen, you know. Waste Monsters is like, of course I don't use a computer. I mean, everyone is anonymous on the internet, so we can't take anybody's word for it. It's just, like, pointless. Maybe after I played someone, like, 100 games or something, I can trust them. But then if it was, like, a game for $1 million, obviously they would cheat anyway, so. Anyways. You're on the party of people who get angry when we talk about computer cheating. But, you know, there are, like, a lot of people who get angry when you discuss, like, you know, mass shootings. But that doesn't mean that mass shootings shouldn't be discussed, you know. I mean, we can't compare mass shootings to computer cheating. I know. You know, it's just the point of the principle is that bad things happen. It doesn't mean we should brush them under the rug and pretend they don't happen. The magnitude of mass shootings and cheating in chess are completely incomparable. But just to make an analogy, you know, we can't pretend that people don't cheat at chess. You know, it's silly, and I don't subscribe to that. Cormoran is here. It's Cormoran KR, only 2069. He's legit. He's a really good player. Very fast, very dangerous. So I'm gonna try to just play the best I can. It's like a kind of he's doing a raid. He likes to come in late in these tournaments sometimes. Okay, Queen B6 is like a London system where his bishop's on G5. Just looking at some of these Londons with one of my students that I worked with yesterday. Of course, bishop on G5 slightly different. I don't really fear bishop takes F6. But I mean, I don't think we should have respect for people who just create a new account and have 75 games. So you have an account, you have an established chess, you know, footprint or whatever. You know, I think it's a big deal to make accusations against people, but it's not a big deal when people, they have no lichess footprint. They have just 75 games, and they very well might be a computer. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna like show respect to someone who's just created a new account and just give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, there's no way. Knight on BD2, sacrificing the pawn on B2, and maybe the pawn on C3. But I think we should go ahead and maybe pull the trigger on taking this pawn. It's always risky, right, move 11? Knight H5 is a good move. The engine is going crazy with H4. Talking about that other game with Nils that I played before. Well, I was just really happy to find knight h5. I mean, I think it's the only move where I'm like not worse, because I literally was like gonna give up basically there against Sysadams and just assume that I'm just in big trouble. All right, Cormorant KR with Rook C1. What are we doing here? I'll just play a6, I guess. Got to be careful the queen doesn't get trapped, obviously. But you know, c3 is not an optimal move for white. It's a kind of waste of time. If you gambit this pawn in this sort of situation, the b pawn, you'd rather just not have played c3. Molly's game, an Aaron Sorkin movie. All right, I'm out of it. Don't know what we're talking about now. The conversation is bouncing all over the place. Bishop d3. So he's almost hoping for me to take on d4. Oh, man. I don't know what to do, Cormoran. Cormoran is a tough player, and he's tricky and fast. I feel like I just played into his hands here. Although bishop b1, bishop a3 might work out for me. So Nilsen makes sense. Cool. I'm glad that you can appreciate what I was talking about. I mean, at first glance, yeah, it's like, okay, knight h5 is sort of random. It's just out there by itself. But if you appreciate white's difficulties in the position I had there, when you start to see from white's perspective how difficult it is to deal with that situation, yeah, I was really happy to find a move at all. Now, Cormoran is a strong player. I don't know who he is, but I know that I've played him quite a few games, and he's tough. And he's also apparently, you know, legit. I started really slow, so I'm trying to catch up to the leaders. We have one of our eternal computer debates today. First game, right out of the gate, I'm suspicious of my opponent, and people don't like it when you talk about, you know, they don't like it when you talk about engines. It's like you talked about, I don't know, some totally controversial thing like abortion or something. It seems to set people off. Like, oh my God, no, we can't talk about that. You can't talk about. This is like a Winnower French, by the way. A good Winnower French for black. Can't talk about that. That's taboo. You know, I don't know what it is about. Why can't we talk about computers? It's reality. You know. Acerbate, thanks for donating 100. Thanks for donating 100 bits to the stream. I know it's been stressful. All right. So let's play h5. I don't want to see that queen coming to h5. Well, it is a structure that I should know. Being a d4 player and all. Nils, are you not playing today? I didn't really look. This looks like a good French for black. I don't play the French, but I know a good French when I see one. Though, uh-oh, now we got problems. Now we got problems to some degree, perhaps. Don't have too much time against Cormoran. Acerbate and Dim, thank you guys for the bit battle today. The incoming bit battle. My bishops are good. Cormoran is definitely human. Alright, I'm going to stop talking about chess, cheating in chess. But I will not be... I will not stand by and ignore it. Okay, so now knight f4, we get to a good square. Wow, what is going on here? Cormoran just totally going berserk. Knight f4. Guys, tomorrow's Weird Wednesday, unusual openings. Mule Skinner's out in first. Rook e7 was played. But if I were to play knight takes g2, I mean, what does he do? I don't mean to rhyme my words and stuff, but, like, seriously. It's an awkward move. Like, this may not be what he expected. I'll take that rook on e1. I'm threatening knight e3 check, which is devastating. I was analyzing a Bronstein game yesterday, and he had a beautiful knight takes g7 that he missed. That's like the most remarkable knight sacrifice against the castled king, the standard castled king position. You see, like, knight takes h7, knight takes f7, bishop takes f7, bishop takes h7. But so rarely do you see sacrifices on g7. I understand this is not a sacrifice, but I just wanted to point out the rarity of it in its purest form. So we're technically winning, but Cormoran will put up some resistance here. All I need to do is trade. All I need to do is trade. Trade queens was the magic word I was trying to say. Life is not so easy. Anything I can trade is good. Thank you guys for supporting the stream, as always. h4. Oh no, that's kind of a cool move. I have this. I mean, do I want to do that though? That actually, I don't know if he he has it. He just simply takes it. I'm such an idiot. Like, oh my god. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing. All right. What a stupid move by me. He's going to put up a lot of resistance now. Do you want to do this, Cormoran? Really? Do you want to do this? Do you want to torture this? Come on. He came too late to even have a chance to win the tournament. So now he's going to ruin my tournament and, like, hold me to a draw or something. He's really a tough fighter. But Mule Skinner, you're doing great. 22. Doesn't look like I have a good shot here. All right. Well, now another tricky tactic. This is a disaster for me. But you're supposed to just give up this game and play the next game. You're not supposed to put up resistance against me. So the thing was, after bishop takes, he had this mega annoying move there. But now your knight's on h4. I mean, you can't really expect too much from the knight on h4, right? I might as well put my bishop back on a3. Like, this is ridiculous. Now he's on the d5 pawn. Oh my god. I'm just completely falling apart. Don't I have any threats? Ever? Against his king? It's like he can see these sort of crazy moves. Man, that was tough, dude. I mean, I just was very lucky to win it all. I mean, that was really out of control. Okay, back to the tournament. So, the perfect guy, he couldn't possibly be an engine. Can we get anybody's opinion? I mean, this guy is legit. 2137. What's his performance rating? 2399. He's 2500 in he's 2500 in problems, which is very rare. I don't know too many IMs for 2500 in problems. Now, Weiss Monster said earlier he's 1600 in bullet and has 2300 problem rating. Weiss Monsters, I don't know too many 1600 bullet players who have 2300 problem ratings. That's not... Now, you may be like completely legit, but you're very, very much in the minority if that's the case. So just be aware of that. This guy's 2500 in problems. He's having a 2400 performance, and he's rated 2137. That's a little disturbing. So he made 2 blunders. Yeah, dude, but obviously we can't determine if people are cheating or not. A good player who's cheating, whatever, he's going to make a couple blunders at you know, certain points, and you know, that's part of being a successful cheater in modern chess. You can't base your determination on if you can't expect cheaters to play perfect games. You know, good ones don't play perfect games because they don't want to be detected. It takes a kind of sophisticated system, but anyways, whatever. I don't really want to play someone who's cheating. Jakob and Mule Skinner. I know Jeroen is absolutely legit. Most of the players here are totally legit. But when someone comes in my tournament and starts winning every single game, and they also have like a pretty new account that looks kind of shaky, this is inconsistent already. Like, why would you be 2100 in Blitz and 1800 in Bullet and just dominating a tournament like this? It's easy to get 2500 problem rating if you're around 1900, 2000, have hours and hours, take your time with them. Yeah, I mean, you can't base it on that. I just mean it's just a lot of people are sort of like blatant about it. You know, obviously it's possible move 11. Tricks Only is an IM, and his problem rating is like 3000. You know, so I'm not going to say he's a cheater because other IMs aren't 3000. I don't think the training rating should even have a rating. I mean, to be fair, you know, I think that's stupid. I'm going to play h3 here. I should have berserked against this guy. I was too busy talking. He's not good, I'll admit it. New account is not good. Yeah. Well, you don't like playing like provisionally rated players who won every single game they played. Like, I wouldn't be too excited about to play a rated game with a guy right now, you know. If I played a rated game with Anyos Andre, I would probably expect to lose about 50 rating points or whatever. Better internet connection, absolutely. You can explain the low bullet rating in many ways. You can't say this guy's a computer, but there's a strong possibility he could be. You know, that's all I know. But people make mistakes and lose games, you know, occasionally. I'm going to play g4 here. This is getting a little weird. But we did h3. We got to kind of stick with it, I think. He played knight f4. Whoops. I allowed knight f4. Alright. Well, there we go. That's it now. Black is probably better. Black is better. 100 for Nils's birthday. Wow. So I've been completely outplayed by the crazy h5. Yeah, I won't play the guy. I wouldn't play the guy in a rated game. I'll tell you right now. Like, absolutely out of the question. 100% no way. There's no way, dude, I'm playing somebody who has his demographics, you know? 0% chance I play Anyos Endre in a rated game. Forget about it. Actually, my opponent now might be gonna beat me too. If he continues to play well. I have a very creepy feeling about this, but this move might not be that good. Let's see, knight to d4. Knight takes, pawn takes, knight b5, queen d5 check is conveniently strong for black. There's something creepy about this game too. I'm not happy here. Is this a new account too? Or is he legit? It's a weird name. It sounds like Cranium. No, this is a legitimate account. He's got a really crazy style. And it looks like black is probably almost winning here. This looks very, very bad for white. I'm clearly worse. After 14 moves against a guy who played h5, h4. Sing happy birthday. Dim donated 500 bits today. We should sing happy birthday to him. No, happy birthday, Nils. Jan Gustafsson is 3002. Nako would be on chess 24. I've never played on chess 24. But I don't hate chess 24 like some other chess sites. Alright, so d4, I'm clearly worse. Black's not developing his pieces here. I was surprised by knight back to c6. I was very sleepy in the early stages here. I started out the day like really positive. I'm going to have a good tournament. I warmed up, but I became encumbered. He dropped a piece now. That's weird. He played really well up until rook h6. Well, I didn't like knight c6. He played really well until knight c6, and I thought that black is better after 14 moves. Streaming definitely doesn't improve in performance. I'm much weaker when I stream. If I play without streaming, I'm much stronger. I mean, maybe in some cases people are inspired when they're streaming, but I'm mostly focused on trying to be instructive, you know, so. This is a little materialistic. I'm not sure if I really want to take this pawn here on f5, although maybe now I can get away with it tactically, because bishop e6, knight takes e7 solves that problem. I like the way that Kracian played the opening. It really inspiring, and I was probably just clearly worse after I allowed knight f4 and knight takes g2. And Nils, I mean, it's not evening for me. You know, I should be playing better. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't eat a big enough lunch. I have to think of an excuse. Not enough energy in the tank or something. Just a sandwich for lunch. And a really small breakfast, actually, to be honest. So it's 6 p.m. and I really just didn't eat enough today, I think. That's my excuse. Much less than usual. Usually I have like one decent meal, either for the breakfast or for lunch, but today was really neither. 2 half decent mini meals isn't really enough for 12 hours or 10 hours. I'm on a diet apparently that I didn't know about. Rookie 2. But seriously, Nils, happy birthday. Neil Skinner playing well. Jacob with 17. I don't know if I'm going to make it to third place today. we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to seriously start berserking some more games, just to make it to the top 3. No inhalation of breadcrumbs. Wait. What are you guys talking about? 3100 rated FM on Chess 24. Okay. What is this? I'm missing a lot of the chat here, trying to focus on the games, unfortunately. I need to berserk a couple games quickly. We got 40 minutes left in the tournament. Inhaling breadcrumbs doesn't sound like a very pleasant thing. But I missed the context. Move 11. Trails of breadcrumbs. I'm familiar with the fairy tale involving such. Let's put our rook unprotected on d1, just to make it possible for black to do some kind of weird tactic. In Romanian, it's some story of... I'm missing the context. The Romanian language. Pofte bună. Let's get coordinated, kids. Just keep attacking things. Oh, there's a check on g8. I totally forgot about that. Now he's dropped something, it looks like. He's got rook g8 check. Choose your square wisely. Probably h1. All of his pieces are hanging simultaneously. Oh my god. What do I take first? Let's just do this. Let him play rook g8 check and play king h1, and there won't be a smothered mate, right? I could do knight g6 if I was really a scaredy cat. Mulțumesc. We're speaking Romanian in the stream for the first time ever. A language I barely know at all. We said, like, you're welcome. Alright. Rook takes d5. Oh, well, kiss you. Kiss you speaking Romanian. Wow. But I'm not capable of speaking Romanian. I just know a few words. I speak Hungarian at the second grade level, but Romanian, I just know some words. And some cool chess players. Alright, we're going back to the join. Where's the other tournament? Okay, we're in 4th place. Let's move. 38 minutes left. The cool thing about Romanian, it's like one of the only languages. Joan Baez is challenging me now. One of the only languages that's like closely related, remaining languages in the world that's like really closely related to Latin. I mean, in a way, like Romania is more closely related. It feels like Romanian, or at least it looks like Romanian, is one of the last or most closely Latin related languages, which makes it kind of cool. Google Translate for Romanian. Do they have Google Translate? They must, right? I mean, they have like every language. So I wanted to move to Romania. I was on the verge of moving to Romania because I played online poker full time for like 7 years, and there was a period, actually it's been ongoing for a long time, that the Hungarian government was threatening to ban online poker, very seriously threatening it like almost every few months. And so it never actually ended up happening, but I was prepared to move to Romania. Would have been my first choice. Pian Harapan. Harap. In Hungarian, harap means to bite something. Harap, I don't know. But Pion is something else. It's not. I don't think it's a Hungarian name. It would be. It would be Harap. Harap. All right. Bulgarian is, yeah, well, Slavic. We have a lot of Bulgarians here where I live in Massachusetts. Very large contingent of Bulgarians locally where I'm living now in the United States, and they have like a whole culture going on. But it's absolutely totally different from, obviously Hungarian or Romanian. Knight A4. Would I have wanted to live in Romania? Yeah, no, I was totally prepared. I like Romania, and I like the people. I have some Romanian chess playing friends. They've always been really, really cool. And not to take away from the Hungarian friends I have, but my friends who are, I really like the Romanian people that I've associated with, and been to Romania many times. It's a great, I think it's a great country. Yeah, I would. It's still not out of the realm of possibility that I wouldn't one day live in Romania again. Again, I want to say like again, make Romania great again. Who knows what the future will hold? Strange people generally. You can't generalize about a people, I guess. Bulgarian. For some reason, Bulgarians made a real foothold here where I live in Massachusetts. This region of Massachusetts where I'm living. And there's a strong summer tourist industry. A lot of taxi drivers also. I've met people working in restaurants, stuff like that. But Hungarians very rarely, Romanians very rarely, but the Bulgarians, tons of them. Alright, what are we doing, guys? Speaking about people from other countries, from Eastern, Central Europe. What are we doing? I put my bishop on e6. What does it do there? I don't know much about Bulgaria. I've never been to Bulgaria, sadly. So I know much less about Bulgaria than I know about Hungary or Romania. Greece, I haven't been to Greece. I haven't been to Italy. I was in Italy once, but I went there illegally. I like crossed the border on foot illegally. That doesn't really count. So Pion Harapan, the guy's used no time. Thank God I didn't like berserk against him. Or whatever eternal being you believe in. This guy's like a defensive expert. And he's frightening. 1500, but do you see the way he plays? This rook, the Korchnoi rook. That's brutal, isn't it? And I just can't move it. Move it. You need the bishop out of the way. Like, how are you going to do that? Like, if you're like drunk here, you would just hallucinate. Your rook could just jump over and mate white. Move it. No, we can't do it. But the Korchnoi maneuver. Asterbait will appreciate this, one of our regulars here. He plays the Czech Benoni, and he loves to maneuver his rook laterally like this. Sadly, Pion Harapan has a really good talent for defense, but he or she is A, playing too fast, and not really thinking about what I'm doing. I think if they slowed down, this player could be quite talented. I think also a player who's probably used to playing stronger players because they have a kind of defensive style. Some people like to defend. Asterby, thanks for the sea monster. I love it. I have a funny story about playing chess in Romania at a restaurant and bar once. Something that's never happened to me anywhere else. I had been offered a game by this like random guy who, I assumed was just a total amateur, and look at this defense. But I was like, all right, fine. And the board was like not even set up the right way. He had a board that was set up sideways, and I was actually like thinking, okay, the guy's a total beginner. I'm not gonna like, you know, humiliate him by saying, "Oh, your board's set up wrong." So this was at like a restaurant bar in Romania in a small town, and I thought, okay, fine. You know, I won't even say anything about the board being set up wrong. I'll just let him play and beat him, and that'll be it. And it was like a tough game, and I lost. You know, and this is like a Romanian, a Romanian like amateur player who doesn't know how to set up the board right. You know, and I actually lost, and I wasn't even that drunk. You know, so they've got some talent. They've got some chess talent. Watch out for those like, random guys who say they don't know how to set up the board. I could write a book. You're talking about what are you talking about? Who could write a book? I still haven't visited Greece. I actually played a Greek player 2 years ago at Lake Balaton, whose name I can't pronounce. Surprisingly, he invited me, you know, to maybe check out some tournaments in Greece. But it's on my to-do list, on the bucket list, to visit Greece. Definitely, Greece is up there. I mean, it's kind of crazy to live in that close to Greece or Eastern Europe, Central Europe, whatever. I never have been to Greece. I've been to so many other countries. Sadly, not Greece, not Italy. It's kind of weird. I was being hustled. Well, we weren't playing for money, so it didn't make any sense that he was like hustling me. You know, I mean, maybe I had a couple too many beers, but still, you know, I'm pretty strong even when I'm drunk, and it was like I just kind of underestimated him. All right, we're gonna play the Queen's Gambit Accepted. I'm playing the chip leader here, Mule Skinner. We're gonna go Rubinstein on him. Akiva Rubinstein, I strongly recommend checking out his games. If you want to study a great positional player, I mean, Rubinstein is like essential, and one of the things that makes Rubinstein cool was his ability to actually, what should I say, was his ability to play many different openings equally well. He played e4 for a long time. He played d4, but not only played e4 and d4, he also played like d4 different ways. He would play d4 mainline style, or he would play d4 and play closed systems like the London system, the Kali system, the Kali-Kodnowski, Tory attack. You know, like 4 or 5 different types of systems. And one of the things that he did, I think, particularly well, here I'm playing against Mule Skinner, which is playing the Queen's Gambit Accepted reversed. This is actually an underrated system, I think. If you see Rubinstein's games, you'll appreciate what I'm talking about. So Alex Ciel said, "In my town, in the park, there are many retired elderly people who play chess for money. It's hilarious hearing them trash talk." Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Budapest park scene or something like that. But it's funny to lose to somebody who literally, you know, never learned like the right way to set up the board. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absurd. Like, okay, a6. Mule Skinner playing very solidly here. But I didn't berserk. Solid but passive setup by black. Redneck translator. Not politically correct. You could do like a Yankee translator. I'm living in Massachusetts, so I tried to do an English accent earlier in the stream, and I was trashed by Percy Hepworth on my knowledge of like British dialects, having none as to knowledge of that, of course. Rook c1 I'm not sure about. I played this on intuition here. This is probably not the best move. I guess it's okay. Maybe seems kind of natural, but I'm kind of on the fence about it. Saying hillbilly is better than redneck. I don't know, man. I'm not a southerner. Alright, bishop d7. Bishop e2. Or we could take, or I'm not insulted by either, but I'm sure that some people are. What do you guys want to do here? Mule Skinner is like clearly like waiting for the bomb to drop or something. The nuclear bomb. What am I doing? I'm going to take. I don't think he's real well set up for an IQP position here. and that's what he just got. So those bishops are pretty passive for IQP scenario. Check out the scenario, right? Can I catch up? Can I get... We're trying to do Tribe Called Quest or something. I like all kinds of music, guys. I just randomly make music references. Can I kick it? That's what I was looking for. Can I kick it? This Tribe Called Quest. Old school hip hop. But I'm not a huge hip hop fan. I like all different stuff. I'm mostly rock, indie, but I have taste for different things. Bishop G4. I don't do music on the stream, by the way, because people are, turned off and on by different sort of music. I think it's very personal. I don't want to have the stream be about what kind of music I like. All right, let's try to do this. I don't want to hurt people's feelings by playing certain kinds of music. I wouldn't want to. It's very personal, I think. So, funny stuff when politically correct. The hillbilly attack. That's an opening that an old friend of mine, Jack Young, I don't know if he coined it, but even Simon Williams played the hillbilly attack, like e4, c6, bishop c4. Politically incorrect chess opening names. I probably should have played queen b1, instead of rook c1. They released an album last year, so maybe I'm not that old. Maybe not that old. Right. Well, the last 15 years of my life went by really fast, jumping Jackson, so I'm still living in 2003. We can win a pawn here with check. Is it worth it? I believe in pawns. I believe, making me think of another music. Okay, let's just castle. And if he wants to get crazy with me, he can do that. I mean, I sack a piece for 3 pawns. It's much easier to play with white. You don't want to do that, Mule Skinner, trust me. You don't want to play g6 here. There are a certain type of music many people are offended. It's called Manele. So it's like what? Roman. Like gypsy music. Well, I mean, anybody who's racist is gonna hate ethnic music. I mean, whatever. But I mean, my point is that I just think that everybody has different tastes, so I wouldn't want to push my music on other people. Then everybody, someone's always going to be like, that sucks, Whatever you do, you'd never be happy. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like it, basically. You can't make all the people happy all the time. That's the problem with having music on your stream. It would just be frustrating. Okay, Mule Skinner. I recaptured. I probably should have played queen g6 check. I guess it doesn't matter. He did it. He didn't even care. He's like, whatever, I'm going to make you sacrifice your piece for 3 pawns. Rook e6. Rook e6 may be a very, very costly blunder. It might just, in fact, lose the game immediately, right? Knight g5. That was a bad decision by Mule Skinner. Unless he's got some deep trick that I didn't see, he just lost, 2 pieces for 3... 2 pieces for rook and 3 pawns, which is too much. TMM. Too much material. My significant other loves Romanian folk music. I'm not into folk music, but I respect the people that are, or any kind of music, really. I love music. But I don't want to force my tastes on other people. That's why I don't do music on the stream. Looks like Andre lost a couple games or one game. He lost to Uber Driver. Uber Driver and the Fangster had a draw. I don't know who Fangster is. We're tied for first three ways somehow. Maybe Andre left or what happened? We took out Mule Skinner and Andre faltered, so he is human apparently. Can we concentrate better on chess this way? On other streams we constantly change the song, music's too loud. Yeah, I mean, I love music, but I don't want to be, a distraction. You guys can listen to your own music. I mean, that's what everybody does probably. Like, they just listen to their, music and that makes sense. Like, why would I put music on the stream? Everybody listens to their own music. Kind of weird setup here. He's playing this pretty non-standard, basically like Grand Prix attack with c4 thrown in. I don't remember ever facing this like in any recent history. Positional style play for white. Now knight d4, is there any kind of trap with that? Like bishop takes, pawn takes, knight b5, queen b6. Some sort of engine type of thing, like b4? No, he can't do that. Let's try this. The obvious move. I just need to make sure I can play d6. That there's nothing funny going on here. Acerbate, your only fear in chess, Stockfish shows how bad you are. Dude, he did this. Wow. So don't worry about that, man. My problem is that I didn't appreciate the real problem here, or what? This is unclear. I mean, I guess I could sack a pawn with castles. Will he even take the pawn, though, at the end of the day? He could try to just shut it down positionally with, like, a bind. If I were to castle and he were to play knight takes d4, I think I have really good compensation. If I were to castle and you would play e5 or something, gets kind of dicey. I think I still have play. Let's try it. I could also go queen b6, but it feels artificial. Let's call it. Let's call this. I call you. I call you. My dark square bishop has to override everything. Has to be a champion. I call your bluff, basically. So I get my pawn back, hopefully. In a rather messy situation. Can he play e5 here? No. Culture exchange is good for society. Wouldn't argue with that. I went to the Soviet Union when I was graduating from high school and in like a cultural exchange program. And here we are, like the Cold War is starting again. So it absolutely did a lot of good. No, seriously. We got our dark square bishop, but this guy is pretty cagey. The center. He believes, I believe in the center. And I believe you know what you're doing. Mr. I don't know, again, Endre is like Hungarian, but I thought he's Hispanic. Años Endre. So Anya, this is obviously closely related. Anya would be mother in Hungarian. It's also, Latin. Hungarian's a weird language. I mean, like, there's all these different influences. Bishop takes d4 gives up my dark square bishop, so that's a little bit stupid. Probably I should consider it, though. Endre, a very common Hungarian name. But it's Andre in so many other languages. He's a fast player. What's his bullet? See, that's weird. Like, why is he 1800 in bullet, yet he's a kind of fast player? I guess he just sucks at bullet like me. Alright, let's go on. Honestly, I don't suck at bullet. I just don't play bullet because I don't believe in it. I think it's chess masturbation, basically. I'm not the first person to propose that theory. I remember R.I.P. International Master Michael Valvo, who wasn't like a really super nice guy. But anyway, he famously had an ICC finger note, something to the same effect. Threatening the very, very big cheapo here on a6. Guys, bishop c8. I was just kidding around with bishop d7. He's a fast player. Dim says he's been 1350 in bullet. I'm not one to be able to really imagine, but back in the day on another chess site I did play bullet to some extent. Never a lot. Never a lot. It was like kind of last resort when I was bored and I had nothing else to do in the old days. Theoretically, but so theoretically I have played bullet. I never played on lichess or lichess if you prefer to call it lichess. This guy's pretty good, you know. He's pretty good. I would say he has slight tendency to overextend himself. Possibly. Ooh, okay, this changes the situation a bit. Wasn't expecting e5. This is a player who likes space a lot. He's down with space. Any Pixies fans out there? One of my favorite bands of all time. They had an album called... What was it called now? That's the problem. When I want to remember something, it just fails me. Wow, e5. Strong move, like anchoring that knight on b4. Monster positional player, this guy, actually. Monster positional player. I think I have to play this move d5. That doesn't feel right. Trompe le Monde was the name of the album I was trying to remember. Yeah, I'm in music mood. Man, look at this guy with the positional play. 1800 in bullet. Yeah. That's a little weird. Maybe knight d5 here. Can I do this? Before it's too late? I'm groveling for a draw against this guy. There's no question at this point. I'm really fast though. I can be fast, but I also need time. The Pixies album Trompe le Monde, which is obviously French. Alright, what are we doing here? We're trying to hang on by the skin of our teeth from the jaws of defeat against this guy. I managed to remember something though, which was hard. Earlier in the day I had tried to remember a chess player. Yeah, there's something about this guy, man. I mean, he's a little too strong positionally. You know, it feels kind of creepy. His speed, this is a guy who's 1800 in bullet. Check him out, like just kind of dominating me here, you know. That's a bit much, really, honestly. You have to be a really, really strong player. just dominate me with that speed. Looks like he might let me hang on, like if he's nice or something. By trading queens there, an extremely strange decision, because I think trading queens is a major inaccuracy. When you have a positional bind like this guy has in this game, you don't want to trade queens. I think we're going to see like white win this game anyway, most likely, but he's letting it get a little too close. Oh, look at that. That was clean. That was very neat. Check out his speed. I mean, nobody who's like 2100 on lichess would dominate me like this with almost perfect play. Look at that, like move after move, like perfect. No, that's totally suspicious. Like, it's absolute, dude. Absolutely suspicious. I'm just going to resign here. Like, you can call it what you want, but go back and check this whole game. I mean, whatever, man. You know, he didn't use a computer for all of his moves. But his play is, like, never making an inaccuracy, probably, the whole game here. Is there some sort of overriding strong move here for me? I mean, this looks suspicious. You know, he was very careful not to blow me off the board, but just like, did the guy make any mistakes the entire game? No. That's very creepy, dude. Congratulations. Good luck with your chess career. But I kind of doubt that he's legit. Anyways, alright, let's try to play one more game before we go back. He had like 12 cent upon loss or something. Whatever, dude. 12 cent upon loss in a 5-minute game. That's very standard. Sure. I don't think we're going to see him with an open identity anytime soon. Black Francis. Yeah, he's awesome. Frank Thompson. The Pixies came from Massachusetts, and just before I moved here, in the late 80s, Stunt Pawn just challenged me to Rated 3.0. Yeah, I mean, this guy, you know, I don't mean to say, oh, everybody who beat me is a computer. I don't do that, you know, but this game was a skilled game, you know, by white. I know when I'm playing against someone who's using assistance, it's not, you know, there are some borderline cases, but, you know, definitely. Probably he didn't want to cheat every game, so he just cheats selective games like, let's beat the IM or whatever. I don't know. This is a creepy game. Okay, Jacob just played bishop b4. This is a kind of interesting line. He's tough. But I'll let you decide. You know, I think that last game was probably computer centaur playing with white. Yes, I could have probably drawn I could have drawn against Magnus Carlsen too, you know, in 2006 in an endgame if I had played perfectly. But I'm not capable of doing that, you know, so it's C5, the Vienna variation, very interesting. Yeah, of course it was an engine. I mean, I know the first game I'm a little more on the fence about, my first opponent. But this game I'm pretty sure. Knight takes d4, mainline Vienna variation from Jacob. What am I going to do here? Bishop takes f6, bishop takes c3, bc3. Queen takes c3. What am I doing? I'm forgetting like theory. It's been so long since I played this position. I had a game with Christian Sabo years ago. Because there's also the immediate bishop takes c3 and like queen a5, and you get confused about the two different lines here. It's very hard to prove someone was using engine assistance when they don't, of course, play, perfect moves. But I can tell the difference pretty well. All right. So what are we doing here? Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of people. I haven't reported anyone. This has been a bad stream because I haven't discussed computer cheating and I haven't reported anyone. Pretty long time, actually a really long time. So lichess does a great job controlling it compared to other chess sites, but still, it's going to happen from time to time. But honestly, I haven't reported anyone in ages, and this would be, like one of the first times. But again, I don't really like reporting people based on one game. I will look at a whole bunch of their games and then decide, so I'll go back and look at all this guy's games from maybe his last 20 games or whatever, and then make a determination if I want to report him or not. A6. What is going on? JCS, I don't know what's happening here. What is A6? How can you play A6? Why do I not know this move? I play bishop takes F6 or something? How does this work? Jacob, I'm not familiar with this. Okay. It's some kind of Zoltan Ribley thing? Ribley is a player who I faced several times. I'm fortunate to have had a couple draws against him. Former 2600. He plays the Vienna variation. I don't think it should matter if people are playing casual chess or not. So what's up with this position? I don't know why I was thinking like half an hour here, I mean, it's sort of ridiculous. I know why I was thinking half an hour now. Okay, so I don't know the theory well enough. Apparently JCS knows this cold. I didn't think A6 was a main line. What's going on here? I just lost immediately? This is disaster for me. Did I mess something up? Why don't I know A6 is like a line? That's very strange. This game is not clearly gonna matter. I'm in 4th place. Hisid Nuns got in front of me? Wow, how did that happen? Alright. I'm gonna offer a draw here. I don't know. I'm worse. I'm down a pawn. But I don't know. Am I really worse? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. He doesn't want to draw. That's weird. He's offering a draw. Alright. What's going on here? We could even get another game in. But Jacob, what's up with A6? What the heck is going on? Oh, I did something wrong? What is this? What I did something wrong? So I messed up. I confused the position with bishop takes F6. I'm supposed to play bishop takes F6 first. Oh my god. No wonder it was so messed up. That's terrible. So I have to play bishop takes F6 first and then play knight B5. That's not right either. Why am I misremembering this position? What is this? I must be confusing something. Why am I confusing this? Okay, so like bishop takes b3, this first, and then here, and then knight b5. Okay. That's my problem. In my mind, I was thinking about this variation with bishop takes c3, then queen a5. Oh my god. Alright, it's been a long night, but I haven't played this much lately, so... Normally the main line is bishop takes c3. He played queen a5 right away. And now I'm supposed to play like bishop b5 check or bishop d2, and I know nothing about bishop d2 at all, actually. There is bishop takes f6, and this is theory. We've seen some top-level games in this. Alright, let's go back to the tournament. The tournament pairings are now closed. I'm still not in third place? That's terrible. His Nuts went on fire. What did he do? He just crushed everybody. He beat Muleskinner. He beat Chestosterone. And he's playing that guy. Wow, his Nuts came on into third place. Great job. Wow. Let's watch this. Wait, that's Uber Driver. No, I want to see his Nuts against the guy. What's going on? So it's like just winning for white. Pawn up, but very strong duo here. Got our king. Same color bishops. This looks like lost for black. Move 11 said what? Believe it or not? Believe it or not? What is believe it or not, Move 11? So this is his already in third place at least. So this game won't count for the final because Hisinus is losing to this quote-unquote guy. But he played like a computer against me. That is white on Anyos. Though maybe he didn't do so in all of his games. His game against me looked super suspicious. So we get that sometimes, unfortunately. So going back to the tournament, Jacob wins the tournament first place with a performance of 2,071. That's weird. Why is your performance rating 2,071? That's insanely low. You must have played people who were like 1,100. Why is your performance rating so low? Strange. And then this guy lost a game to Uber Driver and drew with Fangster and then beat me like a monster. But he didn't berserk any games. And Hisidnuns did great. He had a good position against me when he blundered and lost too. He's a pretty good player. I know of him, and he's FIDE 20, well FIDE 2000, let's say. But a really solid performance to finish third in this field by Hisidnuns. Not the 2000 FIDE is weak, but I wasn't sure how strong he is in Blitz, and that was impressive to come back. I thought I was like in third place for sure, but I would have had to beat Jacob in the last round to catch up, actually, and I didn't have time anyway. So Mr. Coffee's here in the house. I didn't catch your last comment, Move 11. You said, what was that? Believe it or not something? What? Move 11 probably saw him on the street. I like it when Move 11 saw like Alec Baldwin on the street. Alec Baldwin got like arrested a few hours later or something. You have bad luck for people, Move 11. Did you see Black Francis as well in the village recently? You agreed to draw us near the end of the arena to get more points. I just agreed to a draw because I knew I was slightly worse. And I figured you might take it. But I confused the variation. So Jacob wins the tournament with a very impressive performance, although I still don't understand why he's only 2,071. Seems like it should still be higher. You played like a 1,400, but it seems like 1,500. Okay, you drew with a 1,500. That didn't help your performance. You should be higher, though. So really good job deserved first place for Jacob. This guy, I don't know much about him. He finished second. His Hitnuns, really nice performance with third place. I'm in fourth place. Kind of sketchy tournament. Neil Skinner crashed and burned after a really good start. Uber driver Cormoran, prop for Irun. Thanks for being here. Our lost but not forgotten moderator Irun KK with 9th place. And me on lichess in 10th. Acerbate didn't make the top 10 this week, but that's motivation for next week. Dim, thank you for your donations today. Acerbate as well. Rufus and Doofus. So, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday, Weird Wednesday, Unusual Openings here on lichess.org, 12 noon. Thanks to everybody for watching and subscribing. And I'd like to just again, thanks to everybody for supporting the stream. So, not a great performance. What can I say? I thought I was going to play better tonight, but we had some weird games. So I'm kind of disappointed. Anyway, from the Pandas and myself, hey, don't ever do that again. All right. This is from the micro panda. Hello. Goodbye. All right, guys. Tomorrow is Weird Wednesday. Unusual openings of Blitz and Rapid Chess. Acerbate in last. What do you mean in last? You're not allowed to finish last. I won't accept it. So, guys, we are done for tonight. We're going to be back Weird Wednesday tomorrow. It was fun while it lasted. No, it wasn't. I played like crap tonight. But anyway, hopefully some of you learned something and had some instruction and some instructive influences from the stream. I'd like to make it worthwhile. And anyway, thanks for watching and subscribing. I will see you tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Time here. And thanks, everybody. Thanks to JCS for moderating and also winning the tournament. Well, not thanks for winning the tournament, but thanks for being our moderator, while Soltigo is not here. Okay, guys, good night. Take care. Bye-bye.